I'm Katrina, and this is Sow and Tare, and today I'm looking at the water in the pasture and just making sure I know what's going on. It's always a good idea when you have a property, especially new to a property, that you understand where the water flows. Now, I will put a link to a video I did for my food forest observation video relating to water up here, so you can watch that part. It's a part for uphill, and this is a part for the pasture and the hayfield. So there is a creek right, that line right there. There's a creek there. You can hear it. I can hear it. I don't know if you can hear it. And I know I have a seasonal stream that flows into it over here and a seasonal stream that flows into it over here on basically either corner of the property. So there's a lot of water going on right now. We are saturated, our soil saturated. I have pumps going behind the house to move water from behind the house to the front of the house. And there's a lot going on with water. Now, I consider myself lucky because this is a year where there's a lot of water. I'm hearing there's a lot more water. I'm hearing references to a flood in the 70s that happened. So the people who are local here are remembering big rain. So I'm actually thankful that we have a year with big rain so I can actually observe an extreme. So when I'm planning for these things, you know, I just started in August. It's now late December 2024. I started in August. I moved here, and from then I'm able to observe basically the seasons, and not very many seasons yet, but it has rained and rained and rained, and the soil has become more and more saturated, and there's things that happen with that which can affect long-term plans. So one example here is this puddle down here, right here. That's a pond. It apparently was a pond at one point for, I guess, someone stocked fish in it and fished. It's gone dry, it's gone not dry, and all that. So right now it's holding water. And what that tells me is the soil is saturated enough that it's holding water. And I don't think it's like an official pond. I think it was just something that someone dug and doesn't have like we had to move blackberries to do some work down there. But that's pretty much it. It doesn't have a liner or any of that. So watching this pond is going to tell me, if I watch it throughout, you know, over time, it will tell me whether or not I can actually rely on that as a seasonal pond, you know, as a seasonal water source for animals, or, you know, anything else. So that will, paying attention to that from here on out is going to be a little important for me. So paying attention to that, we have more ponding out in the hayfield. I saw more over here in the pasture, and I'm going to walk along the top here and just see what we can see. I did walk it the other day, and I haven't been down there yet, but we'll go down and see part of it. I brought my boots, so I can go, but I don't want to be like mucking around in the pasture. So here we go. So down here in the hayfield, it is very sopping wet. I'm not going to go over there because it's just going to be, you know, deep with water. There is a different kind of grass that grows on this side of the pasture versus others, or the hayfield versus the other side. I don't know my grasses yet here, but that is something that's definitely an interesting thing. So that is, it's pretty interesting to me to have those that amount of water there, and what it means is there is a different grass type. If I want to reseed a hayfield, I would need to also consider the different water impacts to those. So that is something to think about with reseeding. So that's kind of what the information that I'm going for is if I want to develop a certain, I just realized there's a chinkapin that's pretty big behind you guys. That's something I want to develop for, you know, cattle or rabbits or goats or whatever. I can make seed mixtures for, and have that apply differently in different parts of the hayfield. So that's good for me to see. Let's go down. So there's something I didn't expect to see. Right, well, somewhere in here, you guys can see. That's coming out of the ground. So I have a little waterfall coming out of the ground, coming from who knows where. I mean, it's just coming down out of the earth and into this pond. So I don't know how much this pond is soaking in and going further, but that's a surprise to me. I did not know that I was going to find that. Another thing over here is there's a lot of well overflow. Right there. So the water coming out right by the culvert is a lot of overflow. And let's see where it goes. Alright, so that's just well overflow, and whatever goes to that culvert. I actually don't know what all goes to that culvert. And looks like it goes underneath all that stuff. There was an old pipe that took water over there, but it's not connected anymore. Let's go down and see what we can find. So it's not very obvious, but right here is a little squishy. So I think that water likely comes down and spreads out and flows down. I don't think there's a defined channel or anything for it, but it does come down here, and you can see, I don't know how long these bathtubs have been here. There's 4 bathtubs out here that they put water to as water troughs for the cattle. So that's pretty cool. But we have a huge amount of water over here. So all that by that patch of trees there on both sides of the fence, the pasture and the hayfield, is super wet, super deep. And I might walk along this hill and see what I can see, but I'm not going to go in there because I don't want to ruin the ground. Yeah, we just have a duck pond with no ducks. This whole thing, and it goes all the way in back into the trees over there. Goes all the way into the trees over there. But this whole thing is covered in a big puddle, big lake. Look at this neat leaf I found. It's all see-through. Okay. Well, here's the middle of the hayfield. And it was quite full. This isn't the one along the edge, but look how deep my boots are. So this is definitely full of water. And there's a big puddle here, so let's see if I can even walk across. Oh my gosh, it's so deep! It has algae, so I wonder if we have froggies in here. You guys see any froggies? I don't see froggies. I've been hearing a little bit of frogs. Wow. Look at my boots. We're almost nowhere topping. Okay, I think I'm gonna go around. Oh, and it is flowing. All right. It's flowing north to south, basically, same way the creek is. So, look at that. So I'm just now discovering this, because I haven't been out here in a very long time. Really since it started really raining. And this is like a little creek in here. Not on a FEMA FOD map. Not on any maps of wetlands or... Actually, I don't remember the wetlands, but it's not in any flowing water. You can definitely see it is flowing, and the grasses are all bent going that way. So, interesting. So that's what I was looking at. You can see how it's flowing and everything's bent. It does look like water flows through the property, through the hayfield, and it looks like everything's just overflowing. So that's something to know about. Part of the hayfield is wetter than other parts, and that's probably with the difference in the grasses I am seeing, but I also want to keep that in mind with grasses I may plant or something like that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Another thoughts about water and where water flows, and also what you can do about that, such as picking different plants, picking different grasses that will do better in those flooded areas, those areas that might get a little extra in the winter time. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and have a wonderful day.